Hi guys, Mark Haynes here. Just wanted to run through my latest sort of pupil of the month before and after swing, just to show you what's happening. This is Stu. Stu's been working hard on his swing and is really starting to see some of the changes that he wanted to see in terms of things that are changing his golf swing and how he's hitting the golf ball. So we've got his old swing on the left here and his new swing on the right. So in his old one, when he moved it, his shoulders and his club kind of went a little bit in the wrong direction at the start here, so we'll see this go a little bit down with this, and this goes a little bit this way. So at the start we'd really like to see that a little bit more this way at the beginning. So this affects the direction that Stu's turned in, how he's moving when he's swinging. Okay, so Stu would turn a little bit too kind of vertical with his shoulders early, and then he gets pulled back a bit. He gets pulled a little bit too far back, and everything's worked a bit vertical. From the back view, you're going to see something a little bit different. A little bit of apologies for the picture quality. It's a little bit poor because when I videoed these, and the light wasn't that great, so not the best pictures we could get, but we can make do. So when Stu came in, because of what's happened on the back, then as he comes to try and find impact, what we'd find is that he'd get a lot of breakdown in this left arm. So his left arm breaks down, gets a lot of flip in. So this produces kind of a high, weak ball flight and not really the impact that he's kind of looking for. So his new one, because he goes up differently at the beginning, his body calls and turns better, so he gets to a different position at the top of his swing here. And then when he comes down, he can move into the ball better, and he can actually start impacting the ball very differently, with the shaft leaning forward more, flatter left wrist and arm. Then when he comes through, we can see how different this looks just after impact. We've not got any of this breaking down on the left arm. The wrists are a lot better, and he's maintaining his compression or his strike on the ball far better than he was before. So when he comes through the shot, we can see that his body gets pulled through, and his wrists don't change. So he hits, his body comes through, and his arms just swap over. Whereas on this one here, we can see the wrist breaking down. He gets that flipping action, and then he just comes through because he knows he should be coming through really. Okay, so if we take a look at the back view, Stu's again his old one on the left here. So see when he moves it, the club goes in a bit, and he goes up quite cupped with the wrist, his left wrist here, and open with the club face. The club is quite open, it gets more narrow or collapses into him, and more open with the face. So this is what produces all the flipping for Stu when he comes back into impact. So on his new one here, his wrists and club face work very differently, and when he goes up again, the shaft and face look completely different at the top of his swing here. So this is not as narrow, the face is more neutral or not as open as his old one. So it's going to lead to a much better downswing. So his old one, he gets a little bit of a loop over the top here, and then as he comes in, he's doing okay, but he's got to rely on a big flip at the bottom to let the club face square up and for him to hit the ball straight or where he wants to go. The new one, his arms and wrists can just drop without changing too much. Then when he comes round to impact, the face is much squarer without any sort of major rotation of the wrists and arms. Then when he hits, he can follow it with his body, and you can see how different his body works in terms of this one on the left stays down a lot, and it's still down, and then it comes up. The new one hits, and then he follows it straight away because he can do now. And we can see how this club exits differently as well, so the exit line is quite different because of what the swing's doing. So I just want to say well done to Stu, and it sort of shows how you can change your swing quite quickly in quite a few areas just by working on a couple of simple things. So keep up the good work, Stu, and I look forward to more sessions.